Hi, I'm Erin Kennedy with the Retirement Panel. Thank you for being with us. We have one of my favorite guests back with us again, George Chambers with George C. Chambers. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you again as well.
Yeah.
Nice to see you in my home state of Florida.
You know, I was just going to say that because here we are at the Valspar PGA Tour, and this is home for you. You said you actually had a house not too far
Yes, I did.
away.
Yeah, about less than a mile.
Wow.
Yeah, and the Property East side over there, the Highlands of Innisbrook. I loved it.
Aren't you lucky that you get to live where people are tourists?
Oh my God, I love this. You know, except during this golf tournament time because it slows down the
I know,
traffic.
right?
I've been here when Tiger Woods was here, and I was here when a lot of other players. And Tiger was landing his helicopter on the golf course. It was really a cool experience, and this is a great thing for this town, a great thing for this community,
Yes,
and I'm
it
glad
is.
that they're doing it.
Yeah, and so I'm glad you brought this up because I know helping your community, helping your neighbors is really important to you. And specifically, I wanted to ask you about retirement income because this is something that retirees have to think so much about. Because I think the number one fear is my money going to last my retirement when people are staying retired for 25, 30 years?
People are living longer now.
Right.
And that's the biggest concern that I'll tell you that I have in my office.
Yeah.
And what happens is when we're trying to figure out how do we do that, sometimes it's do you have Social Security? Do you have pensions? Do you have, and all these different things come into that scenario. And one of the things I ask them, I say, do you like what Social Security gives you? And they go, yeah, that's a lifetime income, right? Why don't we provide you something with your retirement dollars so you never have to worry about outliving your money for you and your spouse? And they always seem to look at me like, what does that mean?
Right.
And so we help them to provide that answer to them and give them that great solution that maybe sometimes they weren't even thinking about, especially with what's going on out in the market today where you have no clue as to what your dollar is really going to be worth.
Right, so much uncertainty. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, inflation right now.
Yes.
It's so important for retirees to be aware of these headlines, but to have somebody in their corner to help them kind of work through it.
Of course.
So let's talk more about being tax efficient in retirement because that's the other half of it with these income products.
Correct. And one of the things that we find was important to be able to be tax efficient, you should have a practice that goes along with it. So we also offer taxes to our clients. And our clients enjoy that they get to come in on a Saturday and get their taxes taken care of, and they walk in and an hour later they walk out with their tax return done. But after that and in between that, they meet with us to make sure that they're taking the money from the right accounts if they can. Sometimes you don't have that option. You might have a qualified IRA account that you have to take it from. But we try to make sure that when we find out those areas that there might be a concern, we see if there's things that we can do, like a Roth conversion or converting it to a life insurance policy. It just all depends on each and every client, and that's why we do a complete analysis of our clients' needs as far as in our name of our company, besides George C. Chambers, is redefining your retirement. It's not redefining mine. And so we make sure we listen to our clients.
And that is so important because I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily sit down and have that conversation. What is my ideal retirement and how do I get there? Which is why having that conversation with you is so important to actually put that map together for them.
You know, we live in a beautiful beach area, and I
Yes.
always like to say we get a brand new painting every single night when the sun sets. And that's what we do for every one of our clients is that we create that new sunset, if you will, or that new sunrise. And we get to basically paint that retirement, but they give us the vision, they give us that what they want. And we go out there and get that taken care of. And with a backdrop like this, we even do it here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm next in line for you, okay? Let's talk a little bit more about beneficiary review because I know this is something that's really important to you in your practice. Why is it so important?
Well, it's passionate to me because when my father passed away in the airplane accident back in '99, what happened is that his beneficiary forms are wrong, his trust documents are wrong. A lot of things that were necessarily important that needed to get done were just done incorrectly. You know, by no fault of anyone's, I don't know who, but I will tell you though, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter about all the planning he had done because it was all done incorrectly. So therefore, it was kind of a waste of his time not knowing it at the time. So what I do with my clients and my entire team is we focus on the beneficiary forms up front to make sure that we know that the client, regardless if they're going to do anything with us or not, at least when they walk out that door, things have been taken care of properly. It comes with my military background, I guess. I like doing it right. You know, we have enough time to do it wrong. Let's do it right the first time.
And what a load off to know that you're helping their family.
Correct.
Right? I mean, that's so important. Now, you touched a little bit about, you said you have a military background, you're a veteran, and you mentioned that you have a very special wall in your office. Tell me about that.
Every time that we walk through the doors of our office, there's a 10-foot ceiling, 10-foot wide, tribute to the military, to the veterans that serve, to fallen soldiers. We have all the coins that have been ever hand delivered to me by handshake. We have a box that has all the patches in it, and it's a reminder to me every day that I walk in there why I do what I do, not only for the civilians, if you will, the clients that come in, but also for the veterans and their veterans' family. that we will go the extra mile for them regardless of what there is to be done.
Right.
If there's a financial gain or not, we're not concerned with that.
Right.
We just help our veterans always.
George, you have the best stories. I think you have the best stories, and I should remind everybody watching too that this is a series, you and I having these conversations, and to learn about your why, that's in your first video that we did together,
Yes.
and I think that's really important. You do so much for your community and your clients. If somebody is watching this and they have questions about, what services you can offer, and again, helping their family, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, the best way to reach us is simply by going to our website. It's called coffeetalknews.com. It's real simple.
Right.
And no one seems to ever misspell that.
Right.
It's what we do when we drink our coffee. It's the talking that we're doing right now and the news you want to get. You can schedule directly off our website. My phone number's on the website there as well. But I really just appreciate the time that we get to spend together today and looking forward to our next one.
Me too, George. Thank you. I really enjoy it. Coffeetalknews.com. Very easy.
Yes.
All right, George. Thank you.
Thank you.